Sean Haney here with RealAgriculture.com. We're at FarmTech in Edmonton. We're in the RealAg Lounge, and joining us right now in the RealAg studio is Jim Everson from the Canola Council of Canada. Jim, how's it going?
It's going great. Thanks for having your interest here, and thanks for having me.
Well, I did wrangle you over here. It's great. It's great to get a chance to talk to you. So there's lots going on. Now, there's the past, things that have been happening, and Kelvin's talked to you about that a little bit as of late. I want to talk a little bit more today about the future. So Richardson's, they're out. Viterra, it was reported, is in. Are they in long term, or where does Viterra sit?
You know, I wouldn't say anybody's entirely out or in. Richardson has said that they won't be a funder for 2018. But, you know, the company is interested in the value chain, have always been. They're members of the wheat value chain and other areas. They have some questions about the value and relevance of what the Canola Council is doing. And so I think what we need to do as a Canola Council is get together as a board of the council representing the industry and make sure that the interests are aligned. We've always had a very aligned value chain with the council, and that's what the council's success has been. But from time to time, you know, different opinions come to bear.
Families fight all the time.
And that's what I think. It's not as much fighting, but it's a good discussion, right? So it's what's the future hold for the industry? What are the threats and opportunities? So what does the industry have to do to seize those opportunities, and what's the role of the Canola Council in doing that? And that's a debate we're involved in now.
Yeah, and you're sort of dealing now with one of the major processors out for the time being, at least. You're sort of dealing with what a lot of the checkoff organizations deal with when people ask for their checkoff dollars refunded. Everybody's going to benefit from the market development, but everybody's not putting money in. So how do you balance some of those things out?
You know, it's critical to be relevant and to have value to your members. We're a member-driven organization. We exist only for benefit of our members. So when these kinds of discussions come up and people ask questions about what we're doing in this area or that area, I think the responsible thing to do is bring the value chain together. You know, look into those issues and address them. So what we are doing is. We had a board meeting in January with the Canola Council, and it was a very forward-looking meeting. It was about, looking at our priorities. What are they? What are the challenges that we're facing in the future? What are the threats? So what are the priorities for our sector? And then looking into those various areas, the pillars of the Canola Council's activity. Market development, agronomy services. What role do we play? What role does the private sector play? How do we work well together? And making sure that at the end of the day we have an alignment amongst our industry on how to move forward.
So in that planning, does the group that remains, do they see return on their investment? Do they see value and relevancy?
Sure, I think all those members are funders of the organization. They're carrying on. So it's a question of having a good discussion about what they want to see in the future.
Okay, so one of the things that's come up a lot, especially when you joined the organization coming from the soybean side, a lot of people talked about this idea of an Oilseed Council. We saw the Flax Council of Canada has closed its doors. Is the Oilseed Council idea still alive, where we'd see canola, soybean, and flax under the same organization?
You know, I don't think any issue is off the table, really. I think everybody is looking for, not just the grain companies, but also the producer organizations, is the best use of their dollar, right? And so producer organizations, producers are also paying into several different organizations with their checkoff dollars. They want to see efficiency in the use of those dollars too. So can we be more efficient? Can we have better outcomes if we're in an Oilseed Council? Or maybe it's in partnership with those organizations or partnerships with other organizations where we can be more effective. Yeah. You're aware of our Keep It Clean program, you know, for information to producers on foreign market acceptability. And we've moved from a canola-specific program now to one where we're sharing with the pulse and wheat sector. So we're doing a lot of those kinds of initiatives in order to be both efficient and better. And so, you know, we can do that not only with oilseed associations, but with others.
Yeah, you know, canola it has been the crop that's created a lot of value for a lot of farmers across Western Canada. Like, you know, pulses have as well, but not to the extent that canola has over a broader amount of acres, over 20 million acres, of course. And I think it's going to be another record this year. So, you know, what are some of those things that you're working on to make sure that, you know, the Canola Council, it has a bright future, right? Because there's been a lot of turmoil, and that's fine. We talked about the family, and there's a bit of a disagreement and sort of a recheck. But we've got to make sure. How do we make sure that this thing holds together? And canola is that crop that creates a lot of value 20 years out again.
Well, there's tremendous opportunity. We're nowhere near the end of the opportunity for the canola industry's growth in Canada. Our strategic plan has us growing 26 million tons by 2025. As you say, we've got probably bigger acreage going forward. We have a great opportunity with looking at the protein side of the equation, and doing more with canola protein in terms of human food and new animal food opportunities. We have some challenges around NAFTA and the protectionist attitude around the world in agriculture, and we're working hard at addressing those issues.
You had to be excited about TPP.
Certainly excited about Canada being part of TPP.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's a huge opportunity ahead of us still. We're nowhere near the end of kind of the growth in the canola sector. So I'm very confident that as we go through this discussion, Sean, at the end of the day, we're going to have a very well aligned organization again, and we're going to have a really strong program going forward.
Well, Jim, it's great to chat with you. I really appreciate you making some time, and enjoy the rest of FarmTech. How many times have you been to FarmTech?
It is my first time at FarmTech. My background is with the government relations, government market access kind of issues for canola in Ottawa. When I was with Canola before, so I never got to go to the fun things out here in Western Canada, and it's really great. It's a very impressive show.
Yeah, if you're looking to get feedback from some of the top growers in Alberta, FarmTech is the place to be. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.